One of the main alternative routes going up to Baguio City is Kennon Road. Aside from the beautiful scenery you see when passing through here, it also takes a very short time to reach the city of Baguio. But because of the continuous heavy rains in the past few days, some parts of the road have been damaged. One of the areas badly affected was the rock shed in Barangay Camp 6 to Babinguet, so Kennon Road was temporarily closed for the safety of travelers. In this video, join me as we find out the latest situation on Kennon Road. We will find out if it's already possible for residents and tourists. The DPWH continues to work to really clear this road. We are here at Season Pangasinan and we will be going to Kennon Road. We will get an update to see if it's already possible for motorcycles, especially for the locals in the area that was damaged during the continuous heavy rains. As of today, August 9, 2025. I'm sure you already know what happened to Kennon Road, which is why we're going there and giving you an update now. Because we've already seen the videos of J4 Reed Motovlog and also J Rick P. That's it. They updated us about what happened on Kennon Road, particularly at Camp 6 near the rock shed. So this is where we'll pass through. Let's take the left side here. There. It's only for light vehicles too, here. So we can go straight to Kennon Road right away. This is the way we'll take. This bridge. I don't know the particular name of this bridge. But that's the boundary and it connects the province of Pangasinan. Then on the other side, once you cross, it's the province of La Union. And that's also where you'll see the Arch of La Union. I just went back to this part. A lot really happened here at the entrance alone. A lot of land collapsed. There are so many trees down below. Even though it's been 2 weeks and it's already sunny, the traces are still clearly visible. That's why some of the soil came through here. The containers that were stacked there are now over there. The Benguet side was also badly hit during the recent rains. The containers are here now. Before they were further to the side. When Kennon Road opens again, my friends, this will be a good shortcut. You won't have to go straight to the town of Rosario, La Union anymore. Before you cross the bridge, just like the one we passed earlier. This road is very familiar to the people here in the north, to those who are used to going to Baguio. But for our friends who are not that used to coming here to Baguio and want a more open route, here it is. This bypass is nice. Oh, part of the road here has been damaged. The water went to the side. Look, there was even a landslide. The water used to be right there.
Now a new path has formed.
Here. We can also see a lot of people here. They're gold panning because sometimes they find sediments here that contain gold. The Benguet Arch is over there. We can clearly see it. It's at 12 o'clock. And the waterway, that's where it used to be, on the other side. Here, this used to be empty. I mean, it was all sand here, but now it's here. It's passing through here now. The big rocks have started to appear. After many weeks, my friends, of being in low-lying areas, now we're in the highlands again. To give you the latest updates as well, especially here on this part of Kennon Road going to Baguio City. Because many people want to know the updates or the latest update about this road, whether it's possible yet. But obviously this is not possible yet, my friends. But let's still take a look so we can see what developments the government has made to restore this road. And so that more of our fellow countrymen can pass through. On the way to Baguio City, many of the videos we've seen also show people taking the other route through Marcos Highway. But for us, we'll start right here at the very entrance of Kennon Road. And we'll go all the way to the rock shed, which was really the most affected by the landslide. And the damage in that area was really huge, my friends. That's where we're going, on the other side. From here on Kennon Road itself, on the lower part, or in the area of Rosario La Union, there the vehicles are passing each other because the one we're following is big. You see, my friends, it really changed. The characteristics of the river changed. This is actually the Bud River on our left side, my friends. That's what the river looks like. When we're going up Kennon Road, heading to Baguio, we see that on our left side. Or at the entrance at the top, it's on the right side.
This is where it ends up.
From Rosario La Union all the way to San Fabian, Pangasinan.
Let's take a look here.
You see that? It really changed. We came here so you can see it up close, my friends. Before, when I used to pass by here, the water was really over there, but now it has created a path here on the side, and that bridge is already part of Kennon Road, starting from the toll gate. Up ahead in that part, that's the way going up to Baguio. Right here at the entrance, my friends, we'll already be checked and stopped there because Kennon Road is really closed if you're going up to Baguio. But if you just have something to do up ahead, you can still pass through. Of course, since there are still a lot of locals living there, look, it's really huge. Kennon Road closed. There. But since we're going to get an update on this road, we'll go in. We're not really going up to Baguio City because we really can't go up. As far as I know, right? But let's see what the latest news or the latest update on this road will be. But it's still beautiful, right? It's still nice to pass through here, my friends, even though it was hit by really heavy rain. And a lot of parts of the road are really getting damaged. Kennon Road is one of the most popular and historic roads that runs from Rosario, La Union to Baguio City, the summer capital of the Philippines. It stretches for about 33 kilometers. This is the shortest route to Baguio from the lowlands. It was also formerly known as Benguet Road, and it was built during the American period under the leadership of Colonel Layman W. Kennon. That is also where the road got its current name. The construction of Kennon Road started in 1903 and was completed in 1905, where thousands of workers from different countries, including the Philippines, Japan, China, and others, helped build it. It was one of the most difficult and dangerous infrastructure projects of that time, although the view along the road is beautiful, including steep cliffs, rivers, and mountains. Kennon Road is also known for being dangerous, especially during the rainy season because of landslides and falling rocks. That's why it is temporarily closed during bad weather or when there is road work being done. Despite this, Kennon Road remains a symbol of colonial engineering and Philippine history. And motorists continue to use it as an alternative route to Baguio when it is open to the public.
Wow, that's beautiful.
The water curtains.
It's like you're inside a curtain of water.
This is one of the beautiful features of Kennon Road when you pass by here. You'll see unique things like this.
Just look at that.
If we look up there, it really seems fake. You usually see this when it's really raining. There are thick black plants up there. They look really beautiful and nice to look at. Maybe when the rain was really strong, the flow here was also really strong. And it's a good thing it wasn't damaged. But this area is sturdy because it's really made of rock. And up above there are still a lot of trees. That's why it's not that easy for a landslide to happen here. Wow! For a while, my friends, we haven't taken Kennon Road because in our previous videos, we only went to low-lying areas.
It's amazing. It feels so good to pass through here again.
It feels so cold.
Then you look at the surroundings. Just recently they were struggling and now they're blooming again. Because they also went through a lot of hardship brought by the weather, the non-stop rain. And when you look at them now, everything around you is really in bloom, my friends. Here it is again. It's so nice to look at. Curtains of water.
It's sturdy in these areas. It won't easily collapse.
Because you see there's rock on our left side. That's why it's sturdy. Then they even put some kind of metal net to prevent landslides. The water's color is beautiful, my friends.
Turquoise color.
And that's a sign that it's not raining much up in the mountains anymore. And the forests can really recover now.
This Kennon Road, no matter how many times you pass through here, you never really get tired of it.
It's very scenic. Its scenic character is really unique, my friends. And by the way, we're now approaching Bridal Falls.
It's really beautiful right now.
And that water is very clean because it didn't pass through any residential areas. That really comes straight from the forest up above. You know, wow, it's beautiful. Solid! And welcome to Bridal Falls here in Camp 1 to Babinget.
That's so beautiful.
There's nothing like it. You can go there. And also the bridges for taking pictures, for having your picture taken. And you can also swim there, my friends, because on our previous trips through here, there were people swimming there. You just have to go in here. You just have to go there, my friends. And there's even free guava. Just kidding. There's even a guava tree here. It has a lot of fruit. It's just embarrassing to pick some.
It really looks beautiful, my friends. It's good that there's something like this now. Here, it even has its own path.
The bridge.
Welcome.
So beautiful. Its side looks beautiful too.
We already took drone shots of that. It's so beautiful.
At the tip.
Let's go. Let's continue.
This is here at Camp 1, my friends. And they ask for a parking donation here. There it is. I love Tuba. This is part of the town of Tuba, Benguet. There. If you go there, the water is so clean. It's different from the turquoise-colored river water. Over there, it's really clear.
Okay. This is Camp 1.
Because this is the boundary of Camp 1, then Camp 2 is on the other side. This is already Camp 2 after that boundary. I love Bridal Falls. You are now entering Barangay Twin Peaks. There, as we can see on each side, my friends, there are still traces of small landslides that happened here on the left side of our road.
It's also very deep.
The other holes. So we encounter a lot of vehicles, friends going down. Then there are also a lot going up.
I don't know if they're only up to Camp 5 or Camp 6.
We don't know if they've really gotten past there, if they're able to get through there. Rock shed at Camp 6. The rock formations up there are also beautiful, so yeah. Beautiful, they only really appeared just now. You can see its unique characteristics now that it's the rainy season. It's different really. It looks different during the summer. You can see it, right? The holes are really deep.
That's why it's really not safe to travel on Kennon Road. That's also why they haven't opened it to the public yet.
Mostly only locals are passing through here now. Because it's still accessible, the locals still use this road. Because if Kennon Road is totally closed even for the locals, that would be difficult. It's not easy to take a detour via Marcos Highway. They would have to go back and then take Marcos Highway to go up to Baguio. And there are still more parts here on Kennon Road that are clean and well maintained. It's really nice for cycling, and it's also great for riding a motorcycle. Of course, you just have to be careful, because there are a lot of locals crossing here, and even animals like that. Chickens, goats,
And the worst are the dogs.
you know, that looks beautiful from above. Riding a motorcycle feels great in this kind of ambience with only a few people passing by. And then you get to enjoy the beautiful views. You'll even see some waterfalls there that you're only seeing now because it's the rainy season. And then every side is covered with moss. And then when you look at the water there, it's so clean. It really feels good when you pass by here during the rainy season, even when it's not raining. There, we're now approaching the road under construction. It's beautiful, my friends. We can see a waterfall. You know, the waterfall is beautiful. Can you see what I see? Let's not follow. We might get backed into.
I'll stay here for now.
The falls are just so beautiful. It looks tiny on our camera, my friends, but that's it. You only see that during the rainy season. Because during summer, all you see there are rocks. And over there, there's also a river. Those are the tributaries that flow into the Buwed River. That rock formation is beautiful, my friends. We can clearly see it.
It's scary, right? There are already many cracks up top. But it's beautiful to look at.
It looks different, you know. It's just really not safe to pass through here during the rainy season, my friends, because there are so many rock slides or landslides happening. It's a good thing there are things like this. barriers on our left side so that if ever there's a landslide,
Those nets will be able to stop it.
in this area the landslides that happen aren't that severe. There are some incidents, but they're just minor ones.
There was also a collapse here, but it was just a small one.
Every time I pass by this area, my friends, I'm really amazed by that spot.
Just look at that.
I don't know where that water is coming from.
It just has a small hole. Then that's where the water comes out, right? It's really amazing.
That's here in Camp 5. If you pass by Camp 5, look to the right side at the mountain. There's water flowing there. It passes through the mountain.
In the middle of that mountain, it's really amazing.
We're approaching now. Friends, we're getting close to the boundary of Camp 5 and Camp 6.
We can only see the landslides up ahead.
Just past this toll gate.
Okay.
We can see it.
It's fine now. Nothing's left.
The land is gone. Because in this area, my friends, this was all land before.
If you've watched their vlog. Sir J4.
This used to be all dirt over there. Because the soil collapsed up there above the rock shed, so it's passable now, right?
If it's the locals passing through,
It's allowed now. But if it's travelers coming from other provinces, they really don't let them in. That's why there's a sign saying Kennon Road is closed right at the entrance. You can see the landslide up there. And then the soil that slid down.
The soil came from there, my friends, and here, because it's obvious that there's a lot of soil here. That's where they pile it up.
So if we look here using our drone, my friends,
it's really the soil.
from above,
Going down until
it gets there. Here.
at the rock shed, my friends.
That's what covered it before. And if we look at the rock shed,
At the entrance if you're coming from Baguio City. It was really hit. The ground underneath collapsed.
The rock shed at Camp 6 on Kennon Road is a structure built by the Department of Public Works and Highways Cordillera, or DPWH CAR, to protect motorists from rockfalls and landslides that commonly occur in the area. It is approximately 152 meters long. This project cost around 264 million and started in the latter part of 2023. With a target completion date of September 2024, the goal is to make Kennon Road safer and passable in all weather, as it has long been known to be dangerous during heavy rains. However, despite being newly completed, it has already shown serious problems such as erosion of the foundation, which has raised concerns about the safety of those passing through here.
We're approaching Rock Shed. This is right here in Camp 6. During the heavy rains, this area was really full of soil, but it's good that they were able to clean it up after 2 weeks or almost 2 weeks. And water flows through here. The water was also quite strong. Can you imagine what got buried here? There used to be some eateries on the left side. There. It's actually open now. Maybe this is really a priority for the locals. That's the water right there. It's strong too. This still isn't really safe. You can pass through it though.
Like I said,
Locals are the priority.
and their work here continues.
Over there, those used to be stores that got buried. There are still traces of houses that were swept down from above. If we look at the ground from above with the drone, we can see the soil. This was really just swept away by the water. Because here at the bottom, there's really nothing. The soil here wasn't even eroded, see? So that's up there, we'll see it with the drone. Then the water washed it down until it reached all the way here, see? The houses got buried. Then some of it overflowed here. But their clearing operation continued. It's good that they're working fast. So people can pass through here, really, especially the locals from Camp 1 up to those from Camp 5. And go straight to Baguio. Because it hasn't gone yet. There it is, really.
You didn't wait for the driver.
For the operator, there you go, that's fine.
Apparatuses.
It's already clean and you can pass through, but when it's raining hard, my friends, it's not safe to pass here because the soil you see above will still erode when water passes through it. It will still collapse, my friends. This is the car that...
What a waste.
I wonder what kind of vehicle this is. It's all buried, my friends. Yan ho yun. We've already seen that in J-Force videos, but now we've seen it ourselves in person. It's still okay here inside, luckily. This rock shed really helped a lot so that it didn't completely collapse. Road. And here on the other side we can see the ruins too. It also collapsed underneath. It's also dangerous here if you pass by, my friends, especially when it's raining. Then there was also a severe landslide in front or in the front part. That's the situation here. There are still big rocks that haven't been removed. They left them there on purpose so people won't pass, because that part collapsed. It's still kind of scary to pass by here. This is it, my friends. This is it. That. Because the main wall that was supposed to prevent landslides on the lower part of this road has also collapsed. So that's the situation now here on this road, approaching the rock shed here at Camp 6. That's why it's not safe to pass through anymore, especially when the rain is heavy, because other parts might collapse too. This was just cleared so that this road can still be used, especially by the locals, but it's still not safe to pass through, sir.
Hindi pa rin safe na daanan.
It's really just for local use so it can be used. When it rains, landslides will surely happen again because the soil above is really soft. Just imagine if those rocks hit a vehicle or a motorcycle while you're traveling. It's really dangerous. That huge tree also got carried along. Just imagine those people cutting the tree. Look at how big that tree is compared to their height. So let's use the height of the people cutting it as our reference, my friends. That's how huge that tree is. It came from above. Maybe that's a pine tree. So the DPWH is still working to really clear this area and make Kennon Road at least somewhat usable, especially for residents from Camp 1 up to Camp 6 going up to the city proper. For now, only the locals are prioritized to pass through here. That's why there's a closure advisory at the very entrance of Kennon Road. Still, there are some who dare to enter because some vehicles can actually pass, but it's really not advisable for the general public. The soil from up there is being hauled and dumped here to help cover the area where a lot of soil fell, especially right at the base of the road. According to Sir, the one we talked to earlier, it's really not safe to pass here, especially when it rains, because the soil above is still very fragile. We can also see from the drone how soft the soil is, and if it rains hard for sure, the soil will collapse again.
The water will carry it away, my friends.
This is their path.
This is the area where the soil came through and went over there.
So at least we saw and learned about the condition of this rock shed here, that it can actually be used as a passage, but their priority is really just the locals.
Especially here in this area, my friends, it's really not safe because if the rain gets heavy again,
That's for sure. The water will definitely pass through here again because it has become a temporary river carrying soil with it. Even now, the strength of that water can already wash away small rocks. I feel sorry for the owners here, the business owners and vendors here, my friends. All their goods were really swept away, even this one.
I also feel sorry for the situation of our fellow countrymen here who experienced the landslide, especially in this area. The water pressure was really strong.
We just need help from the DPWH and the homeowners in the area.
That's it.